Welcome to the first step of this magical journey. The first exercise that we're going to do, it's called the Wheel of Life. And we're beginning here because this particular exercise will help us to lay a very clear and strong foundation that we can build from. The process does this by really helping you identify what your life looks like right now. So before you get started, make sure that you have your pen and the printed Wheel of Life pages, which can be found on the resource page. If you need to pause this now to gather your supplies, go ahead, do that, and come back when you're ready. So now that you have your Wheel of Life document, you will see we've broken life out into 7 distinct categories. That's your career, your finances, your intimate relationship, your family and friends, your health and your physical body, your spirituality, your personal growth, and your environment. And we're going to walk you through each one of these at a time. So go ahead, settle in, and let's get started by focusing in on the section of Wheel of Life called Career. Now what you're going to do is you're going to rank on the scale of 1 to 10 the experience of how full your life is in this arena of career. This category can include any or all of the following: your job, any sources of income, a profession, volunteer work, being a caregiver, whether it's of the home or of a family or loved one. Maybe you're in an entrepreneurial endeavor or building your business. Maybe you already run your own business. For now, we're going to separate this category from any level of fulfillment or doubts or worries or thoughts around finances. For example, you may work at a nonprofit and you're completely fulfilled, but your finances might tell another story. Well, that's okay. We're going to get there. So as you do this part of the process, we're just going to take into account a general consensus of where the category of career lives for you. In other words, this is not based on an urgent or a current circumstance, but more so the overall experience of how you feel about this category in your life. So if you have a current temporary experience you might be having, you're going to make a judgment call based on the last year for you in this field. So let's say you were let go at a job recently, but you know that you want to stay in that same line of work. Now you're going to rank how you felt about that line of work and why you want to stay in it, the fact that you're fulfilled there, rather than this immediate curveball. So this wouldn't be a 1, but rather where you are as you go to work in that category as your center of gravity. So let's say you're going through a transition. You're going to rank this category where you are today. So we're going to get to where you want to be. This is really used as a checkpoint. So we want to see where you spend the majority of your time and how you feel about it. This identifier right now is really all about fulfillment. So whether you're currently working by choice or otherwise, base this number on your level of inspiration in this area right now. So even if that means your job is more like a passion project, or whether you're being of service like a stay-at-home parent or caregiver, remember, this is only for you, so it's a really good time for you to get completely honest with yourself. Go ahead and complete the determination of where you are on a scale of 1 to 10, knowing that 1 is least fulfilled and 10 is most fulfilled. So you're going to draw a line inside of that circle indicating your number, and then you're going to fill in below that line down to the center of the circle within this category. Oftentimes, our careers are strongly linked with our personal finances. So let's bring our attention to finances now. Now, this category may have an emotional charge for you, and just allow that to be present. So you really want to take this task on right now as if you're a scientist in a lab. You're just examining data and know that this is for a good cause. Rest assured, know we are going to spend time helping you move through any circumstances that aren't serving you to achieve what you want. So we're going to begin with some questions about where you currently are in this area of finances. Are you able to pay your bills? Are you satisfied with where you live? Your method of transportation? Your expendable income for experiences or things that you'd like to have? Do you ever feel suffocated by debt, or do you feel this overwhelming sense of abundance? Maybe you're somewhere in between. Can you say yes to everything that you'd really like to say yes to? Now, this category can include your job, any sources of income, investments, maybe inheritances or savings. Now, we're going to get to assets when we look at where we want to be. But go ahead and complete the determination of where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 now, knowing again that 1 is the least fulfilled and 10 is the most fulfilled. So you're going to mark on the line inside the circle, and then you're going to draw below that line towards the center. You're doing great. So take a nice deep breath. We've done 2 categories so far. Maybe you need a quick stretch. Grabbing some water may help. Do you need to stand up for a second? Do what you need to do to refresh and feel some additional life force be present in your body right now. And know that you can do that whenever you need to throughout this entire process, and in fact, at any point throughout your life. So now we're going to move on to your intimate relationship. And you're going to rank on a scale of 1 to 10 the experience of how full your life is in this arena of intimate relationship. Again, sometimes this area has an emotional charge to it, and I urge you to approach this as we did the finance section. Remember to just be a scientist. All we're doing right now is capturing where you currently are. Are you in an intimate relationship? How fulfilled are you if you are by this intimate relationship? Do you feel loved? Do you feel seen, taken care of, supported, open, trusting? Are you your partner's raving fan? Are you living in your own fullness while in this partnership? Do you have chemistry? Do you feel held back? Do you long for those good old days or just dream of a better future? Or are you present to your relationship? Or maybe you find yourself fantasizing or thinking about others. Do you envision an escape? Is your partner on the same page as you? Ask yourself, is this true? Do you truly know and accept where your partner is at in their life? And if you're single, are you actively dating? Are you emotionally available to a relationship right now? Where is your desire and deserve level? Are you holding on to your past? Are you limiting your possibilities for your future with a closed mindset? How many walls are built up? Would someone need to climb up a mountain, or can you receive opportunities openly? Are you hiding behind any resistance of independence, or are you living in the softness that you can be both empowered and in a relationship? So go ahead now and complete where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. Again, 1 is the least fulfilled and 10 is the most fulfilled. So draw a line inside your circle indicating where you are, and then fill in below that line. Let's continue. So now we're on the topic of relationship. Let's talk about another really important facet of this category, which is family and friends. How rich is your circle of family and friends? Are you overflowing with friends and family where you almost feel overcommitted? Do you feel like maybe you don't have enough quality friends or family relationships? Of these friends and family, how many do you actually enjoy really spending time with? How many add value and richness to your life? Do you feel like you can be completely honest with them? Are you really honest with yourself when it comes to this relationship? Do you feel safe, respected, loved, and cared for by them? And would they reciprocate and be there for you? Do you spend more time in obligation versus choice and fulfillment in this category? Do you give yourself permission to speak your own truth and when that suits you? Do you have space to fill your own cup up first? Go ahead and complete the determination now of where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 in this category of friends and family. And then fill in below the line down to the center of the circle. Now, let's cover what many deem to be the most important category. And this is your health and your physical body. We know when our health suffers, so does everything else in our life. So let's really capture where are you currently. Start with a general assessment of how healthy do you feel in your body. Are you suffering from any pain or physical challenges or struggles? And if so, how much do they hinder the quality of your life? I'd invite you to know, no matter how small it seems, or that you can think of some rationalization of, oh, I have this pain because of this, or it makes sense because of that. You don't have to accept your current circumstances, but we're going to get to that later. So the more honest you are here, the greater the result that you'll experience. How vigilant are you in taking care of your physical body and your health? Do you exercise, eat right, see doctors or care practitioners? Do you get enough sleep? Do you drink enough water? What do you feed your body? Are you eating a healthy, nutrient-dense, loving diet, or do you eat processed foods? Are you judgmental towards your body? How kind are you to your body in your mind and your heart? How do you dress your body? With care? Does it feel good? Does it highlight your assets? Do you feel proud of it? Are you confident? Do you love your body? Do you listen to and honor it? Or do you maybe push it past its limits and have some expectations or judgments? Are you listening to its desires and really quenching them? We've already covered intimate relationships, but how intimate do you allow yourself to be with your own body? How familiar are you with your body and what does or does not bring it pleasure? Take all of this into account when you mark where you are in this category. So go ahead and complete now where you are on a scale of 1 to 10, and then again, fill in the below the line into the center of the circle. Take a nice deep breath. You're doing a great job. We're getting there. And now let's transition from our physical bodies to our physical environment. And most often, our physical environments are an extension of ourselves. Really think about your home or your office, your car, your mode of transportation, where you exercise, dine, gather with friends and loved ones. These are all part of your environment, places of spiritual or religious practice. Where do you spend your most time? Is that environment pleasurable for you? Does it feel good? Do you really enjoy spending time in those places? Are you gaining as much benefit out of them as you desire? Outside of the other categories that we've examined, we're specifically focusing here on the physical environment that might overlap with some of the other categories. For example, how safe and inspiring does your office feel? So it may be that you love your job and that was handled in career, but the space itself isn't exactly what you want. How does your home feel? Does it feel cluttered at times? Do you love having people over? Do these environments foster creativity, love, permission, inspiration, security? What is the quality of all of your surroundings? Are they up to your personal standards and who you see yourself as and moving you in the direction of what you really want? Do they make you feel a certain way when you enter the space? Are they a mess? Are you holding on to things that you don't need? Do certain spaces in your home feel well taken care of and maybe others a little bit less so? So take an inventory right now in your mind and just think of all the spaces that fill up your life and then take into account when you consider how fulfilled you are into this category. So go ahead and mark on a scale of 1 to 10, knowing 1 again is the least fulfilled and 10 is the most. Draw that line and then fill inside of your circle down to the center. We're now moving into the final section, which is the thread that connects all of these categories together. This is what really makes fulfillment possible. And this is our spirituality and our personal growth. Understanding the spectrum of spirituality is really, really vast. So whatever that means for you, I'll really allow that to be individually present for you here. So that can mean anything. Now you're going to rank on a scale of 1 to 10 how full the experience of life is for you in this arena of spirituality and personal growth. How connected do you feel to a higher power? Whether you call it God, the collective unconscious, the universe, how much faith do you feel like you have in a higher purpose? How trusting are you that you're always supported regardless of your circumstances? Do you have a daily practice? Do you exercise your connection to your spirituality? Even if you don't have a daily practice, do you find ways to connect to a higher power whenever you're challenged in life? Now, does this seem foreign to you or something you have some resistance around? If you do, don't worry, we'll get to it. Just answer for right now as truthfully as you can. Now, as far as personal growth, how vigilant are you about constantly seeking out new ways to expand your experience of life? Are you open to these new concepts, experiences, teachers, points of view? How quickly, when something isn't working for you, do you head towards growth versus feel at retreat or feel stuck? How often do you actively seek out new knowledge or expand your base and your capacity for your own greatness in all 7 categories? So you're going to go ahead and draw a line now inside the circle, indicating your number on a scale of 1 to 10, and then fill in that line to the center of the circle. Take a nice deep breath. Your wheel is now completed. Take a moment and review how fulfilled you are in certain areas, and you may want to see which ones need some attention. The goal of this journey is to help you get to a place of empowered living. And how do you become empowered? Well, you live fully into each of these 7 categories. Now, that doesn't mean there's constant balance and everything's always this smooth ride. It does mean that your focus changes and that the level of consistency and ease keeps increasing as you become more and more fulfilled. So it's time to ask yourself, if this were a real wheel trying to get you somewhere, how bumpy would your ride be? Could you make it down the street? Can you feel the desire for more fullness in any or all of the categories? That's where we're heading. So, congratulations, you're doing a great job laying the groundwork, and I'll see you on the next video.